execute. How are you boys doing today?
Oh my god, I forgot I have push to talk on.
Wait, you got to introduce the guest man. I don't think people know he's here. They can't see the names.
You know,
So
we got, we
today
got,
joining
we.
us is Piggles. Hey Piggles, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
You sound really enthusiastic, man.
Oh, I'm so into this. You know, it'd be nice if we had names on the screen so people know who's here.
Hey, we're trying it his way today. We'll just let him go. We'll try it Hater's way. We'll see how it goes. We get some feedback and we'll readjust. I've just noticed too, you've actually got the subscribe screen in the background.
Oh my god, they're the same source. I
well.
swear to God.
Alright, Hater, you there, man? You're not talking.
I am. Okay. My push to talk button is the same as my push to mute button on Discord. Give me 1 second.
Right, so for those that don't know, Hater's streaming today for a change. So, because he's also going to be playing Theatres of War, so hence why we're having some technical difficulties, as Architect's saying in chat. But that's totally fine. So I'm kind of doing his duties today. So I'll be on super chats and Twitch drops and things like that. But if you do have a question,
questions as usual.
Yeah, and same with Piggles. So if you want to direct a question at one of us, put our name in brackets. If you want to just forward a question in general, just put it in question in brackets. So while he gets ready, do we want to talk? Do you want us to talk a little bit about the sneak peek while you're getting ready, Hater?
I need to say something real quick. You might be noticing that there's some technical issues with the stream. I have tried 3 different stream tests to make sure this wouldn't happen, and my bitrate was consistent. Today seems to be the special exception. So just for this stream, I'm going to be recording the VOD entirely. This VOD will be uploaded tomorrow, so immediately after this stream we will be taking down the video and re-uploading it as a fresh VOD. This should give us the bonus of having a really nice resolution. The downside, it's going to take 24 hours to upload. So, if you're wondering where the video goes immediately after the stream, that's where it's about to go.
Alrighty then. I'm just reorganizing my windows so I can better see chat as I'm having some. There we go. Right. Questions? No questions. All right.
Okay, we're just gonna go straight on into it. I'm gonna press this 2 button.
All right, here we go. We got a question: is the 400i closer to the Freelancer or Constellation in size? If Constellation Junior, there'll be a Freelancer size Origin chip.
Okay, so the deal on the 400i,
so I think, yeah.
Okay, is that it might have been shelved from under here. And even though I just recently teased that thing, like I fucking was waiting for weeks to talk about that 400i. And that was going to be an initial tease led by some other details we'd talk about the next week. Or next month or something. But from what I hear, might have hit that good old shelf. But boy, if only Origin had something else come.
Yeah, not my favorite manufacturer, but I think that's quite known at this point. Can we talk about that that sneak peek? Because I think I've seen a few people asking about it, and we've kind of done a little speculating ourselves in the background, but you probably know a little more than us. Tell us what you were telling us before about the color, because you said that they told you some stuff about the color of the Talon fighter.
The Talon is a all-black fighter, or at least similar texture. It's the same exact materials as the freaking Prowler. So, because, you know, it's a Prowler thing. It's supposed to be released with the Prowler, or not released with the Prowler, but it's supposed to be a coinciding little thing with the Prowler. It's going to be fun. And black. And that's not black. What does this mean?
Can I make a suggestion? You stop sharing your video to myself and Piggles, and I think that'll free up a little bit of bandwidth, and we can just follow the stream. That'll be fine.
Okay.
Because we don't need to see it. We can see.
Is it going apart that badly?
Yeah, it's pretty laggy, man.
Jesus. Why is this happening today?
that's
I
alright.
tested this out so
That's
many
alright.
times.
It's fine. It's kind of why we did it the way we did it last time, because as I said, my computer was acting like a streaming PC for Piggles, so it just smoothed it out. And yes, you lose a little bit of bitrate, but
No, I mean, I
Yeah.
literally tested out this map live, like a couple days ago. It should have been as smooth as a baby's bottom.
So how about we head back to A and B, and you can actually give us a full talk through run through. We'll do the tour, and then we'll hopefully people have questions of the objectives and stuff like that. That might be a good place to start, huh? What ship are you in today? Just out of curiosity.
There we go. This thing flies like ass.
I always found them good for ramming, but not much else.
They're quite tanky, to be fair.
Did you have many technical difficulties getting this to run, Piggles? The Theatres of War? Was there anything interesting you had to do to get it to run?
Not really. It's being part of the build. It's not too difficult to do.
A couple of people in chat are saying that your bitrate might be a bit too high.
I might honestly pause it and reduce it.
Yeah, can anyone recommend a bitrate for Hader?
4,000. The image is going to come a little worse, but we'll get better imagery tomorrow because I'm going to upload the VOD.
Yep, sounds good. Alright.
We're back.
I still don't have mod access, by the way, but anyway.
This is 4K now.
Okay, and we're back up. Yep, we're live again. Cool. He's going to 4,500 bitrate, so we'll test it and see how this goes.
Also cut frames to 30 just to make sure it doesn't completely destroy itself.
Yep. Thank you for the follow there, Max. Okay.
Okay, I'm getting off of chat now. Back to the game.
Cool.
Let's Piggles, where do you want to go first?
I don't know.
We got it. We got.
I like the train
man.
station.
Okay, we'll go to the train
I think
station
just-
later.
Just start at the first objective. Just start at A and B.
Oh, I get it. You ask me where I want to go and then not go
Actually-
there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. So yeah, go. I still don't have video. I'm still on the chat screen. Are you sure you're actually displaying the game?
It's back on Twitch. It's not on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't have YouTube up at the moment. Let me have a quick look.
Yeah, that's what YouTube does.
Yeah, it did.
If you end the stream,
yeah.
it
Yep, I had to close it and open it again. It's all good. Yeah, all right, I'm back on. Chat is actually disabled. The chat is disabled for the live stream on YouTube. No, on YouTube.
that's because it technically finished.
No. On the new one, I opened it again.
There isn't a new one. That's the same one. It killed it and counts as a video. You have to make a new
Because
stream
there's
on YouTube.
14. No, oh, okay. No, it's made another one. It's I'm on it now. There's 14 people watching. That's fine. That's fine.
But we're having a lot of issues that have just popped up.
Let's let Hader keep saying that to himself. That's all right. That's all good.
I literally.
All right. So this is the actual train. This is the actual
This
train.
is
Yeah?
this
So-
is the train.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. we're just taking
Something
the train
to
around.
note. There's someone in
I
chat
was
saying
expecting a
this
bit
is
more cover.
representative of the frame rate of the ETF test. You just have to remember that there's a lot more going in the Evocati Theatres of War tests than there is here.
Oh yeah, no, that's good to know.
I'm kind of surprised by the that very open train thing. They've basically made it so ships can just shoot people that are on the train. That's pretty crazy. I thought they'd have some kind of cover so you could at least hide yourself. It's a bit weird. I'm actually yeah.
You're actually what?
No, I'm sorry, I'm reading chat at the same time, so I'm getting a bit confused. Interesting. So it actually show. This is actually going to be good to see the full train ride because it's actually going to show us the distance all the way from A to B. Okay.
It's not a small map by any means.
No, this is my first time seeing it. I saw the images yesterday, but I actually
How,
haven't had a chance to drop in.
How far away was it when we tested how far you could go ahead? It was like 10 kilometers, wasn't it?
Nah, we could do it. Yeah, okay, so it's weird. I can go.
Because
either
it made
10
you turn
kilometers-
back.
Or it's just not a perfect circle. Because technically this is the
Hmm.
free flight mode, so it should be slightly. It should just be a sphere. But it also encompasses the top half of the map, which doesn't make sense.
We made it pretty far though.
Here, let's take a quick. Actually, I probably shouldn't leave the ground yet. I'm just getting.
We got a
very
question
advanced.
about the shots of the Mercury. Can you answer anything about the Mercury at the moment, or is that you don't have anything on it?
It's going well. That's all
He's asking about this grungier look of the Mercury. Could this be the smuggler's look they had previously mentioned?
Yeah, it would make sense. I mean, I'm not too familiar with the actual artistry. It's just more just development. Like, oh, it's being done. Rather than, oh, it's being done, except it's gonna have this cool new pirate look, and they're trying to lean towards this like artistic look. God damn it, cat! How'd you get in here?
We've got a question by Caesar Mancelia that asks, has there been any news regarding the volumetric planetary clouds development? So that'd be towards Horizon. Have you heard anything in that regard?
I think Piggles can answer this question.
They've had some work. They're encompassed under the gas tech kind of system. So in that regard, they've had some work. But I wouldn't be able to tell you specifically with the Horizon, though I have seen evidence of them existing in some phase or another.
Okay, so they're definitely working on it. Okay, that's great.
I can't
look,
tell you if they're working on it now, but they have worked on it.
Yeah. Just a heads up for people that are on YouTube. If you are having issues, try Twitch because Twitch is totally fine. Which is just Twitch TV/SC Leaks. So yeah, just a suggestion. You don't need an account. You can just view. So that if you are having issues on YouTube, I just switch. Just for today, I'd recommend switching. I do have a question that was actually posed on Infrarunners, actually, but it was asked of me to ask you, Hader. And the question was, is there any work being done on AI in regards to working with players? So AI working in turrets and stuff like that. Have you got anything in regards to that? I'd assume not, because Squadron 42 over the PU. That's my logical answer, but do you actually have an answer?
I'm not too familiar with the actual AI structures. Again, this might be a better thing for Piggles, do you know?
So in terms of actual AI interaction with players, that's been pretty actively worked on, which you can see in the bartenders.
Okay.
The bartender is kind of the proof of concept, like the ground level. This is the bartender interacting with players in the world, and we can pick up objects, and we can move to this, and we can react to certain stimuli, and etc. like that.
Shit.
Okay. I haven't tested this, and I don't know if you boys have had the time to. But there's another question here. What's the fastest ship right now in 3.10 in atmosphere? That's
Never tried it.
That'd have to be something like one of the races, like an M50 or something, surely.
Something like that, yeah.
What'd you say? Sorry. The Arrow. There you go.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
The Gladius, because they.
In atmosphere, though.
Yeah, in atmosphere, you assume it'd have to be one with VTOL or something, or what about something like the Cartoal? That's just like all thrusters. That thing would be pretty fast.
I've never tried it.
Yeah.
in the atmosphere, but doesn't really go straight for ahead. I mean, that's also
Yeah,
a
so
leak question
just
because now that 3.10 is now a PTU build, you can test this all for yourself.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, Jay is the person that asked that question. Jay, test it. Get back to us, man. Let us know. Answer it yourself and get back to us. I got another question here, which is, what about any gas tech in the PU? We had those previously, and then nothing. Is the gas tech that is Nebula really different than Horizon? And what about the other volumetric clouds on planets? Oh, that's kind of similar to the last question. So I assume that's the same answer.
I can answer that.
Yeah.
In terms of the gas tech and the PU and the clouds, while they still fall under the gas tech system, they're two very different things.
Oh, okay.
So while the gas tech may be working fine, the clouds may not, and that's because they have to sit there with the atmosphere and rotate with the planet, things like that. Whereas the gas tech is they generate this big sprawling object in Houdini and go, hey, we want a gas cloud, and that's that.
Nebulas wouldn't move though. And
that's
you'd
the thing.
expect clouds would physically move.
Yeah. So
as in, like,
that's
look like Jupiter and move. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's one of the big issues. And then the other thing of we've had previews and then not much in game. I can't really answer this from a tech side because I see no reason they wouldn't be in game. But in terms of just a game knowledge side, Stanton isn't a particularly interesting system compared to something like Pyro with environmental anomalies everywhere.
Yeah, all the fire and stuff. Yeah. I've got a very funny question in chat that I know Hater's gonna kind of. I know where this is gonna go, but the question is, where is the fire extinguisher?
Okay, so you see, the goal of this stream, or that's what I'm gonna call it, is whenever we find the fucking thing.
You do realize I could just tell you the coordinates of it, right?
Tell me the coordinates.
No.
Now, the question here is, Hater, have you heard anything regarding the Tonk? Now, like last I heard, it's being pushed forward because of Theaters of War. Is that correct, Hater?
This last week, I said something similar, which is I've heard nothing.
Okay. Oh, you've heard nothing. Okay. All right. Well, there's answer that one. I don't quite get this question.
We should now be able to summarize these things.
A themed asks question: how many works will they add to 3.11? I don't quite get that question, but maybe one of you two gents do.
No.
Wait,
idea.
I found it. I think I found it.
No.
No, we're talking about the fire extinguisher for those that are trying to put it in context.
No, that's just part of the Cutlass model.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. I'll put this towards both of you. What leak are you aware of that has you most excited, preferably one that you are willing to talk about?
Yeah, I like Pyro 3.4.0.
I don't know, really. If I had to put my finger down on it,
I'm probably the Odin for myself.
the Odin's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really kind of guy who gets excited about stuff. I'd rather just see how it is.
Well, you guys believe the Odin was real?
Well, the Odin looks boring as shit. It's just a mini javelin.
Yeah. Well, maybe. We'll see. But we'll go. Yeah. I guess can we? I don't know. I was gonna say.
Personally,
we got one more ship though that we're looking at, don't we?
Yeah. Well, personally, the actual.
We've got a few actually.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm only trying to give little tidbits. So yeah.
Yeah, we got one that's confirmed, ready to go.
Yeah.
The actual answer to that question of like what I'm most interested in, what we'll talk about in the next episode, probably depending on how long this guy takes, is the new UI and how it ties into bounty hunting. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So we've got an artist that's redoing it, don't we?
Oh, we had those mock-ups, didn't we?
Yeah. So once they're all finished, we'll be able to do, and that'll, I don't know, hopefully he's done by next week or something like that. I got a question in Twitch chat from Giran. Any news about the Rangers? I actually don't know what he's talking about. What is he talking about?
Tumbril, the bikes.
Rangers, yeah.
Oh, Tumble Rangers. Right, click. Yes. Any news on the bikes? They would have been cool for Theaters of War, though.
Not that I know of.
No, I haven't heard anything either.
Well, the thing with those bikes is that, you know, they're bikes. Do you think CIG has barely gotten the hover bikes figured out? Do you really think they're gonna get actual two-wheeled bikes? Creating some sort of system in which case either it's a four-wheeled vehicle so they don't tip over, or the player would actually have to balance them back up. This ain't Halo where you can just press F on it and it'll just flip over.
Yeah, that is true. I did hear a really cool thing though about the rover. Apparently, when you get out of it, that ramp that folds down flips it back over, so it's got a self-riding mechanism.
Yeah, no, that doesn't. This is supposed to do that.
Whoa! Sorry, I just saw you coming out of that tunnel. Total drunk. All right. So Athemed has upped his question. He's basically like, how many works do you think they'll add to 3.1? So they're basically asking us to suggest things that they're going to add to the roadmap. There's a couple of people asking about any news on when the roadmap updates will be posted beyond 3.11, etc.
Oh wait, like what? Wait, did they ask what's going to be on, or when they're at like?
Well, basically at the moment, if you go look at the roadmap, it only goes to 3.11. Back in the day, they should have been currently going up to 3.13 or 4.0 or whatever. And I think that's indicative of the fact that 4.0 probably, or whatever it's going to be, is going to be shown off at CitizenCon, or what would have been CitizenCon in that time period. But you tell me if you think I'm wrong. So you tell me in your words, but from my logical understanding, that's why they're not showing stuff, because they're basically saving it for whatever they're going to show for that time period.
Okay, so I actually do know what they're gonna show them, to an extent. I can't talk about it too much. However,
right,
because it's still being planned. What I'm saying is a concept for an event that has not been 100% planned. But basically, multi-crew.
Makes sense. It does make sense.
That's all I can. That's all I can really say right now.
I'm
a flyable capital, but you know that's something else.
Yeah, the Redeemer would be a really good concept for that to show off. But anyway, I digress. Can we get a sneak peek on the Polaris when there's an interior to show? Oh, absolutely. We'll definitely do that if we get an opportunity. I'm a big fan of that ship. What's with the all-present firefighting technology in stations and landing zones? Is the gameplay planned that we don't know about? I remember from a really long time ago, I don't know if you guys remember, they did a grey box of them like opening and like sucking stuff out into space. I can honestly see fires being put out the same way and stuff. I actually think just fires on a space station is a natural. Like, think of all the movies you saw as kids. We've always been taught fires on space stations are bad. I think that's just all encompassing gameplay. Do you guys? Is that what you see the fire stuff as? Mm. Yeah, I think it'll eventually make it into the PU, but it'll be a little way down the way. And I think it's the same thing with the fire. I think that's obviously indicative of something that they're trying to set up for Squadron 42. There might be, we know for a fact that there's a crash javelin level and stuff like that. So there's definitely going to be crashing and damaging of planes and stuff. And that's just another way to create drama. If you think of it, if you're running from a fire on a ship, you can see the concept of a level there very quickly. Someone's asking if you can ride the train again. Oh. Well, they've obviously missed it and come late, but yeah, we'll probably get on the train again in a bit.
Every section. I'm currently looking through the actual beginning sites. These are the first two sites of the game, as we went over in the sneak peek, or in the video we posted earlier today. They're just the first two objectives you go to. Very close, long range through like these balconies and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting a lot more questions coming into Twitch. This build looks like it's an old flight model. With Theaters of War have the old flight model, or will be stuck with the new one?
especially after after they try to fix for fucking up the entire map because of new height maps. But they just removed Theaters of War from 3.10 entirely, so that's not something I can really test.
That's not to say it won't reappear being.
Yeah, no, of course.
PT.
It was entirely just to prevent people from sideloading it.
So I got a question for Piggles. Someone's asked if Hader can land a ship on the train, and I don't think he's skilled enough. Do you?
No,
Do you think
no.
he could land? No, I don't think he
I don't think he can land it on the ground.
You know where I'm gonna land? In my own fucking grave, because I'm about to starve.
Can you? What? You can actually starve? Wow, interesting. We actually need to go up to the space station at some point too? We haven't actually been up there at all, have we?
Give me a second. I gotta set this up for another second. Then we're gonna go back to the chat screen. Just answer some questions while I get this set up.
Yep. So, if the Odin is shelved, what do you think will be the ship for Digital Citizen Con? Is that? Are you asking us to speculate there?
It's a surprise.
I don't think we can say. Sorry.
It is a ship, though.
Any question from Lux? Any thoughts on when we will see anything for exploration?
I mean, probably Pyro. I heard they're working on some additional scanning mechanics, but that's nothing I've really delved too far deep into. You know anything about any secret game mechanics in the files that exist, Pig?
Sorry?
Pig, any secret game mechanics?
Surprise mechanics?
The question was about exploration. So my answer would be probably the first we're going to see around exploration would be the Terrapin. That's the last thing we heard, yeah.
Not that I've looked for.
Yeah, but that would be the. Have you heard anything in regards to exploration gameplay? I guess Piggles is what we're asking.
Not that I looked for, no.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that'll be our response then. The closest you're going to see is probably the Terrapin when that stuff comes online. And that's going to be a little while away yet.
In case you guys are wondering why we aren't showing the gameplay for a second, this is why. Yeah, I can't do much when I'm glitching inside of a rock, so I'm going to continue to kill myself until I spawn into space station and get out of the sea.
Yeah.
That's
what just come up on the screen for us now. Yep. Got another question from Willis Prime. Is the Mercury Star on track for 3.11? The big bump on the
pretty
roadmap.
solid work.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So there you go. So it looks like it might be on track. Alright, so here the question from Feek Tesh, who obviously didn't see our video earlier. On Theaters of War map, can you fly anywhere on the planet?
No. Once you get a certain distance away, it tells you to go back. There is an entire planet there, though.
It's nothing too
however, the entire planet is entirely uninteresting and is basically the topography of the actual Theaters of War map, but just covering a planet.
Hmm. Planets in Pyro. Don't know if you can answer or not, but that's a technical question. So I guess he's asking, do each system have their own music soundtrack?
Nothing that I could answer.
Okay. Is Consolidated Outland getting any love in terms of new ships and vehicles? Man, I hope so. That's from Will Million. You guys got any update on anything from Consolidated Outland? I don't think so, from what I've seen.
I don't have any.
Nothing this year.
Yeah, they definitely do need some love though. They've got a massive gap in their lineup. Any updates on bounty hunting? Well, if you heard Hader earlier, we've got something probably coming in our next video. That's from Finks58. Do you know if the Corsair has been actively worked on? Man, we get this question probably every week, don't we, Hader?
I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna make a list. And that just like says every ship that is or is not in development. I think a good rule of thumb is if it's not covered in an episode, either we can't comment on it, we do not, and we're just haven't heard about it. I will probably start prefacing stuff with just saying progress. However, I won't dissuade you from asking every time, because sometimes we do find out new things. But I just neglect to mention them. I'm just gonna be stuck here for a second.
No, we are not CIG employees, Jackie. Someone just asked in that chat. And I think we're almost out of questions. I can't see any more. Oh no, there's another one. By Eagle01. Do you think Banu ships will be available to catch on fire like human ships, or they just spew green fluid? That's to be determined. Willis Prime, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub.
I really didn't want to die during this stream. This is the reason why.
Yeah. Can we get an F in chat for Hater? I think that's funny.
3.11 if you watched the video.
Yep. Another question from the Rapture. Is there any work on service beacons? That'll probably be better for you, hey, Pickles?
Not that I've seen.
No? Nope. Okay.
That's not to say there isn't work. I only get my hands on what leaks through builds.
Yeah.
But it's good stuff, because I think I've talked with you before on this, but I don't, or I at least have mentioned it on stream. My gameplay guys are very little. That's why we cover a lot of more content than gameplay. When we do get gameplay, it's rarer. It's nice. And that's why Pickles is here, to cover in the hole in our hearts.
Can you show up at the space station at all, or are you just having trouble spawning?
I literally have spawned. Okay, so the issue, I probably should have switched back to the Arrow, because I thought I thought this ship would be more fun. I was wrong, but it's too much of a pain to switch back.
Yep.
Logging
Question. Oh, sorry.
It requires me
Finish
logging
with
into the game, switching my free flight ship, then logging back in, hoping to God it actually launches, and then fucking doing a bunch more spawns, getting to the space station.
Okay.
Entirely because of the confidence. That's the update. I haven't heard anything from my big source. Ooh, thanks for 2 gifted subs, Cantor Streams. Also,
I've been gifted a sub apparently.
Oh, you got gifted a sub, Pickles.
I've been gifted a sub.
And speaking of subs,
nice.
I realized we just missed a Prime sub from Willis Prime. Thank you very much.
No. I read
Oh, you did mention it? Okay, because I'm tunnel visioning like hell here to try to get this respawn working.
I'm on board. I'm watching it. Also, another gifted sub from Cantor Streams to DJaz Hero. Congrats on your sub. Question: any idea on computer components progress and database gameplay? Looks like the new Babbage factory line in 3.10 has some. So any work on yeah.
It's had some progress, but that's mainly for quest reasons.
Yep.
This might be the time.
And I guess you'll probably. They did say that the Terrapin would also be the testbed for components, so yeah, look out for stuff on that. Our weekly question on any Vulcan Gen 12 updates.
Yeah, you remember when they said they were more confident at CIG? That's your update. They feel confident.
Yeah.
They're or at least they're. I think I've discussed this before, but the community managers are very, very confident people. Overly confident. Too confident.
There's actually, on the subject of that, there is evidence in the PTU builds that there is some progress on Vulcan compared to previous builds.
Good stuff. When will we get the C2 in 311 by Angelo Reyes? He asks. I think that's 312, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of those. Like, if I had to guess, right, this is just me speculating, right? Based on what we've seen in previous years, they tend to have a ship they show off around CitizenCon, right? You guys don't have to say anything because I know, but I'm pretty sure the Mercury Star Runner will probably be that multi-crew ship you've been talking about. I would expect that's the ship that they'll probably try and show off around CitizenCon this year. But yeah, that's just me
Man,
speculating.
that would be very cool. However, However,
Mhm.
it's bigger.
Ooh. Okay. All right. We'll say nothing.
Unless it
Um,
changes, of course, because they're still planning this shit out. It might just launch as a ship later on. I mean, they're still looking at their ideas. They might not even do one. It's because of the entire launch of Invictus Week being not an official event, but still being the most popular event. Why even do a huge PR thing?
Yeah.
It really depends on the performance of this patch, whether or not they try and push for a huge PR thing. Honestly.
So someone's asking, what does Vulkan actually mean? So I guess a rendering engine or something? How would you explain that? Because I'll let you take that technical
So
question.
Vulkan is similar to DirectX 12, is in that it's a graphics or rendering API. So it takes what the engine tells it and talks to your operating system or your graphics card directly on actually what it wants to do. Now Vulkan is obviously a separate API to DirectX, and the fact that the game currently uses DirectX is why you can't run it natively on Linux, because DirectX doesn't support Linux. Vulkan in itself is newer than DirectX 11, and in general, in my experience, I can't say it's the same for every instance. It tends to be a little bit less bloated, and it's a bit more efficient, so you tend to get a little bit more performance, and also it supports a wide range of operating systems. So you might expect things like Linux support following that. Obviously, that's not a given, but it could be.
Yeah, it just opens the door for other
Yeah.
things, maybe even consoles down the line too. Hanad asks, is the Idris missions coming in 3.11? Anything you can share in regards to missions with Idris?
I'm not a prophet.
There's nothing you can share about that. I mean, it's quite obvious. They said they are holding it back because they want it to be fun. Did you fight the Idris during Invictus Week? Because if you did, you would realize how not fun it was.
Yeah. Same question again. I suppose someone else in the YouTube chat as well. So, someone was thinking we were talking about the Vulcan ship. Don't worry, I did the same thing myself. I really wish they had a separate name, a different name for the ship.
Yeah, I like that.
You good with that, Pickles? Just checking.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cantos Stream checked us a bunch of bits. Orion is the best ship confirmed. Oh, it's gonna be a big ship. 15 bits. Thank you for that,
What have I done?
Cantor
What have I done?
stream.
What have I done?
I don't know, but you're flying now. On my screen, you're flying, which is good. You're not rattling around when you respawn.
Okay, boys, we're gonna see a giant space laser. You guys ready?
I don't know. We're gonna test and see how many people are colorblind. That's for sure. Oh. If your question hasn't been answered, now would be a good time to repost. Question: Origin racing suit? No, I don't think we have any info on that, do we?
No.
The promised Origin racing suit. Yeah, we'll do that. That's not a priority at all. Just going through looking for questions. Sorry. Is the client actor network rework still expected for 3.11?
Yeah, no, that's all you get.
Yeah,
African guys are hard to track.
John Crew fired when? Oh no, I don't think we can fire John Crew. He's too pivotal to the project at this point.
What are you talking about? John Crew's the one who pays our bills.
Yeah. All right. I don't think we got any questions at the moment, so
We're just gonna chill around and we're gonna look at this space laser.
You're a monster hater.
Why am I a monster? What have I done?
As some guy in Twitch chat says so. And as everyone knows, anything you read on the internet is true.
By the way, how's the bitrate doing, boys? Like anyone.
It's a little janky. I'll give you that, but it's
Next
it's-
stream,
it's-
these issues should be ironed out because I don't exactly know what happened today. However, it should be fixed by next time.
I know what happened, Piggles. You know what happened, don't you, Piggles? I know what happened.
I know what happened.
Yeah. Hmm. Sorry. Grimhex Racing when by Serranus in chat. Any updates on racing that you can share with us, as in around the next pack? Yep. Okay. Questions.
I used to do it a ton way back when.
Do you know what racing's really going to translate to as a profession? Like, this is theory crafting here, so just I am speculating here. But do you remember when they used to talk about navigating wormholes, and the faster you go through a wormhole, the more optimized and less fuel it will use? That's essentially racing, because you're going down a wormhole, which is a pre-established track, and you're trying to get the time as short as possible. That's the profession for racers, in my book. You guys correct me if you think I'm
But
wrong.
then we have those race courses like New Horizon Speedway.
Yeah, so I guess that's for when you want to be seen, so to speak. But like your daily, like the way you're going to make money with a racing ship will be navigating wormholes, trying to get that time as low as possible
Oh, of course.
to save people money. And if
I
you've
see
got
where
the
you're
best
coming
time, yeah, that's where I'm coming from. Because you're not like, I don't think racing's going to be a non-stop thing. I think that's going to be like a weekend type of thing where people will shop to, when there's more people on, they'll watch and take some bets. And like I alluded to a couple of streams ago, like going to one little location, I don't think that's going to work. I think they're going to have to do like holo races. Do you remember when I talked about that, where they have they broadcast the race across the entire solar system of the galaxy, so you can look at a race in just one location. I think, yeah, because at the moment, like, think about scramble races at the moment. It's really hard to even get. Like, I've never done one. Have you guys ever done one? It's just
I did
too
one
hard to get
right.
people together.
I did one when they first came out.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Not really.
Yeah. So it's a bit mixed gameplay for me. So yeah, I think if you can kind of consolidate all those people across the entire galaxy, then maybe you can probably get maybe one race an hour type of thing. Will server meshing come with the pyro system at the end of the year? This is from Kobe42.
It depends on where they're at technically, on whether that's a thing they can do. Obviously, that would be the ideal and what they're aiming for. However, if that's not possible, then that's not possible. But it's what they want.
Very interesting question here from George in YouTube chat. I haven't played the game before, but I am very interested in the project. When do you think would be a good time to start playing for the first time? Yeah, it is very much a glorified tech demo for me at the moment. There is not enough gameplay. I would probably consider playing when they release Squadron 42, because I think that's where most people are going to enter this game. They're going to come in as a single player and then realize there's a multiplayer
Transition to the
component.
MMO.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's. I would wait for the release of Squadron 42. I think most of us that are into the project right now are just really passionate about it, and we want to see it succeed. And that's why we've kind of backed away it is, George. So I'd probably wait for the full release of Squadron 42. But if you want to save a bit of money, maybe buy Squadron 42 now. But yeah, realize what. Yeah. I can't endorse that at all. I'm a big component of spending money on stuff you believe in. All right. Yeah. So George, getting back to it. Maybe pick it up now if you want to save some money. But remember, if you're getting into it now, you're getting into a kind of a technical alpha. It's very much like not super playable. It's more of a you're like a tourist going around looking at different areas, so it's just really kind of exploring at the moment. But yeah, you will definitely get it cheaper if you buy in now than if you buy in later.
Here, think about what
Alright.
you've seen this stream, and think about the fumbling I'm doing. That's Star
Yep.
Citizen in a nutshell. I'm just doing 24 hours of gameplay within 24 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
don't worry about
yeah.
it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your energy. It's not worth your money. It's not even worth your attention.
Yeah. So gameplay at the moment is mining and cargo, so it's pretty rudimentary, and they're very, very, very basic. Most of it comes through immersive gameplay, acting with other people. So there's not a lot in there at the moment. So yeah, as I said, wait for Squadron 42. I'm looking for more questions. If you have a question, please preference it with questions in square brackets.
I will note
And
some
we'll-
people speculating in chat for that sneak peek that I think me and the kind of agreed with someone that it could just be the Talon, except just with the paint.
Hmm.
In terms of that good old ship. I mean, what do you guys think it is? The sneak peek. You feel like other than the GN cargo ship, because that thing is.
Well,
It can't. It wouldn't be. They wouldn't put that into PU.
you got the Asperia. The only other one that I floated to you when we were speculating was the refinery ship. But what are the chances of them making a refinery ship that comes from an alien? Because technically, as soon as it's Asperia, it's an alien ship. They knew how popular the refinery ship was going to be. How do they increase funds? They make it an alien ship so they can up the price. That was my original train of thought. Like, how can they're looking at it going, how can we maximize the dollar amount on this ship? I'm not even thinking about how it fits into lore. I'm just thinking pure dollars. But like when you look at those concept pics, it looks more MISC, doesn't it, than anything else? What are your Piggles? What do you think? Do you think that that's the type of thing CIG would do? Would they make it an alien ship just to increase profits, or do you think that they're more likely to stick to lore?
I have no idea. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm.
Speculate.
I look at the game files and I say what I can back up.
Right. Okay.
No.
You don't even have a play? Yeah.
I'd rather only say stuff I can back up.
Okay. What about you, Hater? Where does your brain go with it? Do you think it's the Talon with a new skin, or what do you think? Something else?
Could just be a Prowler.
That is
Someone in
true.
chat just mentioned it was a what is it? What's it called? Yeah, just it was like a Prowler-like engine. I don't know if it was a Prowler engine or a Prowler-like engine.
That's an interesting thing someone stated in YouTube. An incandescent Tavaran armor was shown off 4 months ago. Oh, there you go. That could very well be the similar tech, just on a ship. Yeah, I actually think that's a real distinct possibility. It could just be a Prowler skin. That's a really good insight there, Ada.
The ability to take off your helmet and put it in your hands is something that's is something I'll come out with the new inventory system.
It's been a thing in it's in terms of the functionality, it's been there for years, but there's never really been a way to actually get to that in game, which is why you've never seen it.
Yep. Will there be an annual expo featuring new ships? Yeah, well, they've kind of stated that they're going to do an in-game event, Hanad, and they've done it every year. Like I keep saying CitizenCon, and people keep going, "Oh, they've cancelled CitizenCon. It's not going to be this year." But they're going to do something. There's no way they're not going to up that like Invictus Suite to try and sell ships. They will do something to try and sell ships. They do it every year. They might not call it CitizenCon, but they'll call it something else.
more. I'm gonna wait until I see something in the files before I actually move forward with that.
Right. Question from Mollusk Gens. Have they spoken about what existing ships will be prioritized for reworks? The last info we have was them talking about ships was John Crew maybe a month ago that I have. And the only news he got was he was talking about reworks and stuff was that they're trying to reclassify them into different levels of reworking, but the bad news was they're saying they're not going to redo the Constellation, which disappointed a lot of people. But yeah, no. They basically just said it's not doing anything, and I think a lot of that's because, as we've alluded to in other streams, Squadron 42 connotations. Have you actually guys? Sorry. Oh, I was just gonna say like if they're not reworking that ship, like because it's obviously flawed. All the ships that are around it, like the Starfarer, the Retaliator, all those ones that were done in that time period have had to have drastic reworks, and that one. One of the most obvious ones is not having any front landing gear. Yeah, they've reworked it, what, 2 or 3 times already. And yeah, a lot of people that talk about that ship do not talk about the Constellation in a good way. So yeah, just it really might need some love down the line. I'll leave it at that. Where can we find the sneak peek you guys are talking about? So on our YouTube channel, it is. Oh no, you're talking about the Tavaran.
Yeah, no,
sneak
check
peek.
general.
On
That was
the
in the
concierge
newsletter.
newsletter.
Yeah, concierge letter, but I think Hader posted it yesterday in the Discord on Leak News channel.
No, general news. It's second. It's
General
just
news?
right above the Mercury.
There you go, and it's kind of green and blue. You'll know it when you see it. Have you got any info about ships having invisible/active camo? Would CIG or plan to discuss it? No, they basically don't have any invisibility cloak in Star Citizen. That's been known for the longest time, going way back to the beginning. Yeah, they don't want any cloaking tech.
Oh yeah, we already talked about the helmet stuff. The function, as Pickle said,
Yep.
the functionality is in there. It's just, I'm guessing. Well, this is more of a speculative because of how they've talked about their inventory system. They're gonna wait until it's actually more feasible to carry your helmet rather than this toggleable feature that just puts it back and forth in your global inventory.
Cantor Streams asks, apologies if asked already, but is the Bengal derelict's plan still in the cards, or is that too far away to know? So they're all. You've got anything in the files about the Bengal derelict, Eagles?
I've
you can
seen
talk about?
damaged states for it.
Okay. And we do know they showed off a video running through the level of the Bengal, but I'd assume that's based at Squadron 42.
That was the Idris.
Was it? Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
So
that
they've
was
never
now,
shown. Sorry, they've never shown much of the Bengal other than I think the main hangar bay. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't remember them showing any derelict Bengal.
FP.
Especially because of the numerous issues we had in getting this stuff set up. I did want this stream to run a little shorter, so I think we're gonna start taking final questions, and we'll probably end within like 5-10 minutes.
Yep. I got a question from DM Harms. FPS usables, holo shields, emplacements, etc. I guess he's looking for an update on that. Any movement?
Yeah,
on that?
I've seen some files on them. So they still exist, and they still work. Whether CIG have plans to put to make them things again, I couldn't tell you, but they still exist and still can be used.
Garen asks, Pegasus. It's a horse with wings. Got any info on the Pegasus at all? Entering the
Nothing since
files?
last stream.
Oh, any updates on Titan suits from the Rapture?
I don't have any hater.
Yeah, I do. No, I play it all the time recently.
Really?
I've played it. Yeah, it's a great game.
I haven't
man,
played
but
it in years.
yeah, well, they had a real uptake because they had a Steam
Oh, they
sale,
went on to
and it
Steam,
went.
didn't they?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
that game was just done the worst injustice. It's just such a fun game because you got this like Wasp versus the Wasp versus the Spider mechanic where they're just
Yeah.
different sides of the scale. It's really fun jumping up on the back of them and blowing them up and stuff. And then by the same token, actually being in the Titan suit and killing little ants is that type of gameplay if you get the idea of it. So yeah, and then also if you get the teamwork going, there's a little small guy trying to help you while you're in a big suit, etc. It's got some really nice gameplay. And hopefully they can duplicate something similar to that with the Titan suits and Star Citizen. But getting back to Star Citizen, do we actually have any updates in regard to the Titan suits? Is there anything in the files that you can share? Right, fair enough.
I haven't got anything.
Mm-hmm.
Files.
Yeah. I don't know. They're quite different functions. Oh, I don't know.
I have a speculative question of my own then, based on that. Would you have liked, so we know about the Rock. I personally would have preferred if the Rock was a Titan suit. So it was like a mining suit. Would you guys reckon that would go better than a vehicle? Or do you think the vehicle's a better way to go than, say, a mining suit?
Personally,
It's a speculatory question.
I think a vehicle would have been a better way to go because you've got that capacity to store. Rather than that if you got a suit, it's just what you can carry on you, which is another one of the limitations that we have at the moment with hand mining.
Hot gaming news at 11. Gamers prefer giant robot mech suit rather than small dune buggy.
That's basically it in a nutshell for me. I just like the idea of that. Yeah, just something that you're actually in and mining. I think it would have been really cool, and you could have. Maybe the cargo thing is a real issue though. You do hit on something there for sure, Pickles. But maybe if they had a barge or something that you could drag behind you or something. But maybe because we know they've got those hover, what do you call them? The hover maglev things. Do you know what I'm talking about? I forgot the name. Of
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have done something like that. Yeah. That's a question I don't think we can answer, so I'm going to dodge that one. How much recent patch files have you gone through? I was just going to avoid.
Have I not gone through?
Yeah. Sorry, I can't read. Yeah.
It takes a while to go through patches. So even having done this for as long as I have, you kind of get a feel for what's going to be where, and you kind of know what to look for. But even so, it takes a while to do patches. So another patch will come out while I'm still finishing the current one. Coupled with that, I've been quite busy in life recently as well. Anyway, so a fair few of the more recent patches I haven't had a chance to properly go through.
As
so
Hater said,
there obviously might be some information that I don't have yet that has been out.
He's just in. Pills has a life, right? We get this question almost every week too. Latest info on the Cygnus miner. Do you know if they plan to make it attainable by players? Yes, no.
I don't see them making it obtainable by players. Obviously, there's nothing stopping them from making it obtainable by players. It can be player controlled. It's very big. It's tall enough that you wouldn't fit it in the hangars as they currently stand. So you'd need to find some way to do it. But there's technically there's nothing stopping them from making them available to be owned by players. Whether they actually do that, I couldn't tell you.
Got a $10 super chat from 101 Chicken Dance. Thanks for the vid. That is all. You're welcome, mate. Thanks for the donation. I got an interesting question here from King Fortune, and this is a little bit of speculation on our part. But his question is, will SC be on consoles? And I'm going to start it by saying, every Chris Roberts game that's been made so far eventually made its way to consoles, and I think it'll be the same thing here. I think it'll be eventually coming to consoles. What do you guys think about that? Consoles for Squadron 42, at least?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, you
Uh,
Have a guess. Yes,
anything I
Ryan?
can do is repeat what CIG has said in the past, which is they don't have any plans for consoles.
Okay, gamers, I think
Okay.
we're about to wrap it up. So I'm gonna just do some. Let's do some quick fire while I get the Patreon stuff all figured out.
Cool. Is RTX planned for the game?
Not that I know
So
of.
that's they'll have to wait till they finish the renderer. That's an obvious
At least
one.
not for a long time.
Yeah. Are there any space elevators in the SC universe?
I don't pay attention to law.
I believe there is.
Yeah. I do know the Vandal have these really interesting ships and concepts that are like these giant snakes that go from the planet all the way up into atmosphere. So do they count as space
Are
elevators?
you thinking of? Hold on, let me send you a picture.
Yeah, it's look, there's these giant snake things that go all the way from atmosphere all the way down to planet. It looks really cool. Ipswich Willen asked, where is the fire extinguisher? So do you want to give us the coordinates for the fire extinguisher so we can go look at it before we leave?
I don't actually have them at the moment.
Let's just imagine that the one I found earlier in the Cutlass is the right
We
one.
can. I'll send them to Hader at some point after we're done, and he can throw up a picture later.
Yeah, we'll post
just
a screenshot of
The
it.
fire extinguisher.
Just to follow up to Flashnikov, what is the Xperia sneak peek for? We've speculated about on that earlier on in the stream, man. But long story short, it's probably a skin or something based at Xperia. Because the last we had on the Talon was that it's all black, from what we've heard. So, but we're just speculating that it's probably a skin for something. Or a unique, like one of the things I said to Hader, and this is me speculating again, is think about the Ballista. When they brought out the Ballista, they had skins that were unique to concierge and stuff like that. And if that's a concierge email, it might be a unique skin for concierge. Okay, I think that's basically it.
Hey, Thanks, Pickles, for
Hader,
coming
if
on.
you're ready to. Yeah, thanks, Pickles.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're a nice person for filling in, especially at. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks, sir. Guys, gonna say goodbye.
Yep. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Catch you guys in the next one.
Speaking of catching guys in the next one, let's catch these guys, these lovely people. AA01 who says Gian is friendly. Fox Nix. Professor Mango. Regulatim. Reptar. Rob M. Sorston. The Doctor, who shouts out to Mr. Equilibrium and LSS org members, and Boobbot. These people are our Leaky Pipe producers. Donate $10 a month on our Patreon. Everyone else below donates other amounts. Thank you, but thank you, the viewer, even if you don't donate, for just supporting our streams by watching them. You guys have a lovely day.